Hi everyone, I'm Shubhankar the storyteller, and thank you so much for coming to my channel. So I'm a rapper turned storyteller. I'm a personal story branding expert. I help individuals, especially professionals and small entrepreneurs, brand their story and stand out in the crowded market. So in this particular video, I'm going to be sharing with you why is it really important for each and every entrepreneur or professional to have a brand story. So let me just explain the consumer behavior of how it has changed. 10 years ago, the person who had the least price would win. If let's say someone is offering at X rupees, if you offered something at X minus 10 and another guy offered it at X minus 15 and the third guy offered it at X minus 20, the person who offered the least price would win. And let's say that worked for let's say around 5 years. And let's say around 5 years ago, the consumer behavior changed again. This time it was all about quality. People didn't worry too much about the prices. So whoever offered the highest quality would win. Whoever offered the highest quality of products or services, he or she would win. Now, after the social revolution, the behavior has changed. At this particular time, it's no longer about the price or quality. It's about the two C's, what I call as two C's. They are connections and community. People are constantly looking for two things. One, connection. How do they be a part of something that is way bigger than themselves? And how are they part of a tribe, a culture, or a group where they align with their similar interests? So, you might have heard this really famous saying that facts tell, stories sell. So to illustrate that example of why it's really important to have a brand story, I really want to share a small framework of how you can create a brand story, and I'm going to be sharing you the 3 best, I would say, branding campaigns which shared brand stories better than anyone else. Okay. When you want to create a brand story, you got to have this framework which is typically told by Simon Sinek. It's called the golden circle. It's called the why, the what, a how. When you're presenting a brand story, the brand story should always start with the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What does your brand represent? How specifically are you aligned towards the customer's higher purpose or higher unknown desires, as I call it? So the why is really important. Every brand story starts with a why. Why do you do what you do? Because people don't buy your what, they buy your why. So the first thing is you got to have a clear why. The second thing is, how are you addressing that why? How specifically are you making sure that the why is being addressed? Why, how, and the third part is the what. So what products or services, or what is the, I would say, strategy, it could be in terms of products or services that you are using to address the why. So this is a very basic framework called the golden circle. You can just check it out here. I'll put a link to the concept of golden circle in the description below. Or I'll just put a tag over here. You can check out more about the golden circle. And since the 1900s, brand storytelling has been used extensively, especially after the Industrial Revolution. I'm going to be sharing with you the top 3 places where brand campaigns were successful because of stories. The first one is Marlboro. You might have come across the company Marlboro. It's a cigarette manufacturing company. Back in those days, women wouldn't smoke cigarettes. Most women wouldn't smoke cigarettes. It is told that they smoked cigars but not cigarettes. So Marlboro realized that, you know what, we are losing upon a really huge market share. So we have to do something which makes sure we latch on or maybe even target the other 50% of women. Other 50%, that is the women, right? So here is what they did. They called a couple of models, couple of actresses and high influence people, and they gave them a cigarette and they made them smoke, and they created this story around their brand, which is Marlboro Torches of Freedom. An ancient prejudice has been broken today. You are no longer prejudiced. It was a prejudice, but right now it's no longer a prejudice. They labeled their cigarette as a torch of freedom, and immediately after that, the trend of women smoking also picked up. This is one of the first branding campaigns in the whole world. Marlboro's Torches of Freedom. You can Google it up, and also I'll put up a link in the description. The second marketing campaign, or I would say branding campaign, was with Gillette. I'm sure we all might have used Gillette. It's a company which mostly is famous for shaving accessories. It could be shaving cream, it could be razors, it could be trimmers, and so on. Similar case. Back then, women wouldn't shave. They had no reason to shave. So what Gillette did was realize they had to somehow make sure they target women also, because they were targeting only men, which is 50% of the target segment. So they went to Europe. So back in those days, America had this trend of copying European trends. So they went to Europe, again hired a couple of models and top actors and actresses, and created this fad. They created this trend that having armpit hair is really, really ugly. They labeled it embarrassing personal problems. They said that if you have armpit hair, it's disgusting. And soon it was armpit hair. Then it became facial hair. Then it became hands on your hair. Sorry, hair on your hands. Then it became hair on your legs. And soon enough, the trend was created that if any woman has body hair, it is super, super disgusting. This is how Gillette created the whole trend of women also having to shave their body. That's the second case study of a great story with a great why, which created a huge revolution, I would say. The third thing is diamonds. I'm sure if you are, especially a woman, you like diamonds, because they say diamonds are a girl's best friend. So how did it come up? There was a guy called De Beers who was into the diamond trading industry, and what he did was at some point they found out a really huge mine in South Africa which was filled with diamonds. They realized if this goes out, if the news goes out, and this is on the brink of World War II, I think it was on the ending of World War II, they thought, okay, if people get to know about this, our demand is gonna go low. The supply is already high, the demand is gonna go low. So what De Beers did is he went to Fox Studios, one of the biggest movie production companies in the whole world, and he told, every time there is a marriage scene, I want the guy, the male protagonist, to propose the women using a diamond. And then they coined the term diamonds are forever. Just if you want your marriage to last forever, you gotta use diamonds, because diamonds last forever. That's the whole concept of diamonds last forever came out. And after that, they used another coin. They coined another phrase and told, hey, diamonds are a girl's best friend. And that's when the whole fad trend came out of, okay, diamonds are everything. Diamonds are gonna make women happy. All women want is diamonds, blah, blah, blah. So this is the reason why brand stories are really, really important. Be it a personal brand story, if you're an individual, or if you're a company, what you stand for, what you represent, why you're doing what you're doing. And these three case studies are the most important things. So if you're watching this, thank you so much. If you watched till the end, great. And if you feel like, hey, I've gotten value, click the link and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. It's Shubhankar Storyteller signing out.